Welcome to Life with AI, Unlocking Your Third Brain. In these short episode series, we'll unravel the profound ways AI is reshaping our lives. Dive in with me as we uncover tools and insights that empower you to elevate your health, intellect, and help you work with maximum efficiency. I'm your host, Richard Fala. Can you imagine dozens and dozens of highly specialized AI assistants right there in your pocket or on your computer? This is the topic of today, and I'm going to be specifically focusing on the latest release of OpenAI called GPTs that lets you create your own versions of Chat GPT to make it available not only for you, but also for the community so you can monetize off it. I'm gonna build with you also our first GPT together so you can see how easy it is and how simple, so you can set out to create personal assistants not only for you, but also for the world. But before I do that, I would love to invite you to join our beta release for an awesome product that we're putting together. It's openbuild.ai. You can easily drag and drop our AI blocks inside the AI studio to create your own recipes of choice to automate tedious tasks that you like to do on a daily basis. It's OpenBuild AI. It's a no-code editor for people like us to automate their daily tasks, be it personal or be it work-related. Once the beta is out, we will make sure to invite you so you can give us an assessment and to see how it's improving your day-to-day life. All right, let's dive into today's topic. I'm really excited about this new release, so I'll uncover everything you need to know really. But before I do that, I want to give you a little background on AI assistants. This is nothing new. It's been out for a little while. You might already have it on your, you have your Google Assistants. You have your, already on Siri and your home devices. But those AI assistants, they're really limited to a specific command and maybe a follow-on command. With the rise of generative AI, you can have long-form conversations and long-form command prompt so you can continue building on your initial task of choice. Not only that, the capability of the assistant with generative AI like ChatGPT is going to open up a new world of, emotional recognition, voice detection, voice synthesis, analyzing documents at scale. So it's really unleashing this new wave of AI assistants, and the capabilities are going to be fully integrated into our lives. So what that means, if you go to Google Play right now, you already see dozens of apps which you can sift through. Bing has their own as well. ChatGPT already does have the app, which is the one I use. And the list can go on and on. Now, some might be specialized in something versus others, and some might be general. Another web one that I just tested called dust.tt. The product seems, I'm pretty sure the new release is going to impact how this will function. But the difference between this and ChatGPT, it's going to allow you to integrate other models, not only the GPT model. So I highly encourage you to go out there and you experiment a little bit with personal assistants. But for the sake of what we're discussing today, of the release by OpenAI for their GPTs engine. So here's what you need to know. GPTs is technically your own version of ChatGPT that's focused on a topic. For example, it can be focused on cooking, on creative writing, laundry questions, and much more. And what's worth noting is that you and I can build these on the go, and I'm going to do it with you in just a minute. You can also make it available to the marketplace so you can monetize off it once the marketplace is open. That means others can use your plugin or your GPT. You can have it internal with your team if you're corporate. So they're going to call these internal GPTs. If anybody uses your version that you create on their own account, you will not be able to see their data, of course. So this is for privacy reasons and security. You can also plug in third sources or other sources of data into these GPTs, meaning maybe I did a 500-page research on a topic, and I want to create my own version of GPT for the others to use. I can now do that. So the applications here are amazing, and I'm going to uncover these for you as well. You can go ahead and read up a little bit more about it, but I believe this will serve as your own personal assistant of choice. So this is my new screen. And by the way, I'm focusing on ChatGPT because they're pioneering these, right? I'm sure Bard from Google will come up with a follow-on product for this. But for now, ChatGPT is leading the way with this. No, undoubtedly so. So this is my screen where you can see the left panel is still the same, right? These are our questions and answers and so on, and my different chats. But here you're going to notice these are my own GPTs and the ones that I already used. And for you to access it, now I'm lucky enough to be one of the early adopters and they give us access to things immediately or soon after release. But under Explore, you should be able to see what they call GPTs. I already created 2 GPT of my own. I made it available for the public. But there are also some that OpenAI created themselves. You can see them right here. Like a mocktail mixologist, a math mentor. All right. So these are the 2 that I already used. You can see their shortcuts on the left. But here is how simple it is to build an app together. And guys, I want to emphasize this because back when Apple opened up their App Store for developers, the new adopters and those who built things in the early stages got huge success and a lot of eyeballs on their apps and a lot of feedback, and some even made a lot of money. So as an early adopter, I highly encourage you to go out there after watching this video and create your own GPT. It's so simple, and I'm about to show you how you can do it. So switching back to my view, I'm going to create a GPT. And this process is literally like Inception because you're using Chat GPT to create a new version of Chat GPT. It's crazy. Now, all I got to do is give it a command. So let's do this. I will use, we're going to create a GPT that writes resumes based on my LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, there's an option for you to export your, you can export your own profile as a resume, and you can import it into ChatGPT. So when I exported my profile, it gave me something very basic. Now, obviously, I haven't written a resume of myself or updated my LinkedIn for a while, but I think you get the point. I simply exported that, and I'm going to have a GPT that creates resumes based on PDFs. Now, I did try to use the URL of LinkedIn, but there are some limitations right now with that. But let's just do PDF to start. So I would say create a resume from a LinkedIn PDF export. All right, very simple. And the more niche your GPT will be, obviously, the better visibility and use cases you'll find. So here's the command, and GPT is going to do a lot of this heavy lifting for me. So one is going to suggest a name. Second is going to build a certain kind of vertical model to focus on the topic at hand. And also it's going to come up with the icon, which you'll see in a second. Resume builder, I think I like the name. The name is good. Now it's going to create the icon, and they have access obviously to DALL-E, or DALL-E 3, so they can create a custom icon on the go. Now what happened in the playground on the right side, you'll notice these shortcuts: format my LinkedIn PDF into a resume, etc. So these are some things that you can do. But if I go to configure, I can scroll down a little bit and change the conversation starters, okay? On top of it, I can upload my own knowledge base. So if I have, let's say, a 200-word document and I want to create answers from that document, I can do it from here. I can activate specific capabilities and stack them, as you can see. And I can even go a little bit deeper, if I'm a developer, to provide my own third-party sources, like my own databases, my own files, my own external application APIs. So it's quite extensive what you can do with it from a developer's perspective, but we're not going to go there. Today we'll focus on creating very simple application with almost no work. So this is the icon I suggested. I don't like it. It's probably not relevant. Please create a new icon. And I noticed that the way this works is that it creates a prompt to create the image, which is fun. Now on the right side, you can interact with this already. So while this is generating, I can go ahead and, maybe upload my PDF. Here you go. All right, let's just use this icon for now. Looks okay. So I'm going to interact and show you exactly what this will do with this resume. I'm going to make it professional, techie, and knowledgeable. I probably butchered the grammar, but let's go with this. So again, the right side is what they call the playground. I'm interacting with it just to test my GPT. And on the left is just doing its work. So technically what's happening, it's configuring these parts, the descriptions, the names, and everything else. And now it's asking, should Resume Builder ask for clarification if the information provided is incomplete? I would say yes. So if there's something lacking inside the resume, it's going to ask for follow-on information. And again, these things could have been done from like a fresh GPT or fresh chat, but you're taking a whole lot of shortcut to focus on the topics at hand. And I think this is part of their back-end engineering, is that they have a bottleneck when you're starting from scratch. The engine does not know the topic you want to discuss. They're probably going through all these, weights and nodes to identify the topic of choice so they could use less CPU and processing power. With this, they could literally just save a lot on the back-end engineering to identify the topic at hand. And with this comes with some huge CPU optimization, I'm pretty sure, in the back usage end of things. So very brilliant on their side. I would say yes. Remember previous interactions, or just do yes. And that's it. I'm ready. It's asking me if I want to play with it in the background, which I already did. I am pretty much done, you guys. It took me about like 5 minutes to do this. I could have done it faster outside of the tutorial. Everything is ready. And if you have your own knowledge base of how to create resumes, you can literally just add it to the knowledge here as well. On the top right corner, you're going to see an option who can access this. So I can say this is public, and boom, it's launched. And I'm pretty much done. I can now click on here and switch between my different GPTs so I can use them directly. And the moment that I do, it's going to generate on the left panel a new chat, which I can build on top. Some things that are limited, I cannot change the names here. I can definitely change the conversation title. I cannot sort them, at least for now, but hopefully in the future I can. And I cannot group them. So if I have a whole bunch of resume builders, ideally I would like to see all the topics or conversations that are around that particular GPT. But overall, this is super easy to use. I highly encourage you to go out and build your own GPT, especially if there is an option for others to benefit from what you're building. So that's it. I really think that personal assistants, AI assistants is the way for the future. We're all going to have them, and it's becoming increasingly easy to not only use them via apps integrated, your home devices and Siri and so on, but now via ChatGPT, GPT's engine. Now, I hope you like this content. If you do find value, share, like, subscribe. It helps me gauge if you're liking the content and how to improve these short podcast series. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you on the next episode.